Everyone, my name is Jana Wolf, Director of Nutrition at Comprehensive Obesity Management Program at GBMC.
And good evening, everybody. My name is Michael Salomon, and this is the Sleeved Chef, our monthly healthy cooking show here at WMAR2 Studios.
Thank you, everyone, for coming, and thank you to WMAR. Thank you to our marketing department at GBMC, and thank you for our wonderful guest. Carla is here. Carla, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Carla Singleton, and I am postdoc for 7 months, and I'm 90 pounds down.
Congratulations.
I've had the RNY bypass, and it was wonderful.
Good.
Rocky a little bit, but I'm here now. And
You're strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Awesome. Well, Carla's going to be joining us a little bit later when we test out all the recipes. And thank you so much for joining us. So I encourage everyone out there to give us a ring. Let us know your questions. We're going to be doing 3 different appetizers for our New Year's Eve episode. I know it's a little bit before New Year's Eve.
It is, just a bit.
But Christmas is coming and all of the holidays are here. And me personally, I don't know about you, but appetizers are my downfall. So let's talk about some healthy appetizers.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got 3 recipes this evening. First, we've got some turkey bacon wrapped scallops that we're going to be serving in some Boston bib lettuce. With some great little bit of sriracha mayo for a nice little bit of heat, and then just a little bit of avocado to help balance that out as well. So a little bit of richness, a little bit of heat, then this little saltiness from those scallops. So it's just sort of a fun traditional play on bacon wrapped scallops, and really make it a bit healthier using that turkey bacon instead. And next, we're going to be doing some smoked salmon canapes. We're actually going to be wrapping those. As opposed to avoiding those toast points, because we want to avoid the starchier stuff. And then we'll be doing that, with a bit of dill, and then finally we'll be doing a baked brie. And so the thing with the baked brie is that, cheese is one of those things for me that I still loved having post-surgery, but again, you really want to be very mindful about actually how much you're consuming. And that's where this baked brie is nice, because you're able to just cut off a little bit, and then use that to kind of gauge where you're at. So you're really getting all of that richness that we love without really compromising a lot on the calories.
And that's always what I tell people when they ask, well, can I have regular cheese? Because I always recommend the low-fat kind.
Sure.
But yes, you can have the regular cheese. Yes, you can have the avocado or whatever it might be. But you're doing it in smaller amounts to just save on some of those calories and that saturated fat.
Right, and that's certainly where portion control is so important. Jana really touches on this. The idea of sort of portion distortion, thinking that we see a bigger plate and you go, oh, that's got to be 4 ounces. I did it as a trained professional. Even I did it where I saw a piece of fish and it's like, oh, that's 9, that's 6, 7 ounces. No, it's not. It's
right. We like to tell ourselves things.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
And so
we
it's
underestimate.
Right, exactly. So it's really important to consider that and to look at that and realize that you can still have these foods. Just be mindful of exactly how much of it you're actually having.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, too, it was so great seeing everybody at the big comp reveal party last Thursday. That was so much fun.
That was so cool.
That was such a great event, guys. All those reveals were amazing. My favorites had to be the couples. That was just nothing cooler than seeing people go through this journey together and lose 350, 400 pounds plus together.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Amazing.
And I absolutely loved seeing everyone that I work with. It's so cool to highlight everyone's big accomplishments all together, but to have everyone on stage on the big screens, it was incredible.
Oh, absolutely.
And I want to give a huge thank you to all the surgeons, and especially Dr. Dovek for putting that together. I can't wait till next year. That'll be fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
And there are some awesome pictures also on the Comp Facebook site, so check those out, plus some videos if you haven't already seen.
Absolutely, and not only that too, guys, but the fact that we, 125,000 pounds lost.
It's incredible.
In a year, over 125,000. That is amazing. So congratulations to everybody that's had the surgery. Everybody had the surgery this year, whether you're pre-op, whether you're post-op. Continue your success. It's such a great accomplishment. We've all done so well. Continue to reach out to people on the Comp Facebook page if you feel like you're struggling, especially the holiday seasons. I know how tough that is, especially for me. I love the holidays. I love eating during the holidays, and that's where Janet and I really love doing this show, because it's really our chance to show you guys that, hey, listen, there's so many food options available to you, even during the holiday season, to where you can eat healthy, you can feel like you're a part of it, and still go through that experience without the anxiety and worrying about what you can and can't have.
Exactly. And most people are going to love the appetizers or the sides or whatever you bring to these parties. People are going to eat them and not even realize that they're on the healthier side.
Absolutely.
And I just want to make one note, because this is very interesting. There's a lot of studies out there on weight gain during the holidays. And we always think, oh, you gain 5-10 pounds. Most people will only gain a few pounds. But those are the pounds that you actually keep on year after year.
Such a good point.
So it's kind of scary in that sense, like, oh, well, maybe I should, do just a little bit more extra exercise, or maybe not have that extra dessert or those seconds.
Absolutely.
And you can make those small, tiny little changes to adjust and to not gain those few pounds.
Absolutely, yeah. And I would also note too, guys, the fact that during the holidays, everybody was like, oh, I'm going to make these New Year's resolutions. I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week. I'm going to this, I'm going to that. Those are great, but make them realistic.
Yes.
I think that's so
Smart goals.
important. Rather than making it all or nothing, focus on, I'm going to go sign up for the gym and I'm going to go twice a week. Or I'm going to go to the Comp to 5K program Saturday mornings and go visit those guys. This is such a great, that's what helped me when I first started my pre-op journey, was going to the Comp to 5K program. We are live.
Yes.
Comp to 5K program, and just being there and being with the group and working on it together. Whether you're walking, whether you're running, it's just such a great accomplishment, and it just feels good to get out there and be with a group of like-minded people who are all working toward improving themselves and improving their lives.
Yeah, and speaking of which, the Father's Day 5K is going to be coming up. So if you want to sign up for that soon,
absolutely.
I know that Carla's doing it. Oops, I'm putting you on the spot. and hopefully I'll be there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I plan on being there as well.
That would be good. So I'm gonna give a big thank you to Chris, Joe, Tammy.
Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining us.
Amy. Aaron, I love seeing you guys. Christos, yes. Okay. So why don't we start by telling everyone what we're making first?
Sure.
All right. Okay.
So we're going to start off by doing our baked brie. So we've got our oven set to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to have that cooking for about 10 to 15 minutes, really just to soften up the brie. And again, keep an eye on the brie. You really want to be mindful. You really don't want to burn it. You want to let it melt just a bit. And again, we're just going to serve that as a whole portion here. So we've got our brie. This is a classic French cheese. It's a beautiful piece, really nice, really creamy, really rich. Again, which is really important, as Janet keeps touching on, the portion size is where it's really important. We're not going to eat this entire wedge. We're going to have a little bit off of it.
Or try not to.
We're going to try to keep it away from Mindy, because we all know that Mindy loves her brie. So we're going to serve this with a little fresh fruit as well, some blackberries and some raspberries, and a little bit of aged balsamic vinegar to help balance out that richness.
Sounds beautiful.
So go ahead and pop this in.
Have you seen the mini President?
I have. Those things are fantastic.
So they make these in mini versions if you really have issues.
Right, absolutely. And those are a great, like Jenna was saying, those are a great way to really be mindful of that portion size and that amount, and getting that, fix, if you will, without sort of, feeling like you've ruined your day. I do that personally. I do that with the dark chocolate, those little dark chocolate singles that Hershey's makes. Yeah. I love them.
So it makes it a lot easier to just keep it cool.
Exactly.
And Chris had asked about dealing with E. coli recalls and any recalls with vegetables in general.
Sure.
And really, it's just about reading the updates about it and what you can and can't have, and staying away from it.
And I would say too that consider where you're sourcing from. Places like Wegmans, Harris Teeter, etc. is going to have a bit possibly better quality food. Focus on more organic foods, as well as keep an eye on the grocery stores, because the grocery stores will be more than happy to just strip their shelves of anything that's recalled.
And most restaurants will not serve what's recalled as well. And we have a question from Carla.
Go ahead, Carla.
Talking about the recall, regarding that cauliflower.
Okay.
Because I noticed that they said green giants right
Okay.
now. So you suggest to just check with,
Yeah, I mean, if you're concerned and if you have cauliflower in your fridge right now,
Yeah.
my personal recommendation would just be to throw it out, because just to avoid any and all potential possibility.
Yeah,
Right.
and the CDC
And
CDC
then,
will
yeah.
have updates
Yeah.
on what you should throw away, what you can keep. So that's something that you should always check up on the CDC.
Right, exactly, and that's where it's really, really important. You know, again, just to keep an eye on, especially like go to the source, go to the professionals. The CDC are going to give you the best piece
Yeah.
of advice, and if you're worried, throw it out. Right,
Yeah.
you can always buy another one. You can always go out and buy some broccoli until you get
And
sort of
it
the all
usually,
clear.
and these recalls usually don't last too long, relatively. So you just have to kind of make it through, get a substitute.
Right.
You know, use the broccoli, use the
I was gonna say
or
broccoli
the
is a
zucchini
great-
or whatever.
great substitute.
If you can find something that you can substitute with it, then you're
Absolutely.
in good. Then you're in good hands.
Absolutely. So we've got our pan, our cast iron pan here, guys, sitting on our heat over a medium heat. And then I took the liberty of wrapping our beautiful little scallops ahead of time. So we've got our turkey bacon, we've got our little skewers here. And what I did for this turkey bacon is you want to be mindful about how it sits on the scallop itself, right? So you want to make sure that your turkey bacon is not as wide as the scallop itself. Really, really mindful here, because that way when you go to sear the scallop, it'll just sit and it'll hit the top of the scallop, and when you flip it over, you'll hit the other top of the scallop here, and you'll get a really nice sear on it, as opposed to actually
Great.
cooking the bacon itself.
All right, and Zachary joined us, Missy, Xanda,
Hi, everybody.
and Tracy. Thank you guys for joining us. And please, throughout the whole show, please feel free to send us questions about really anything that you're wondering about. It
Yeah.
doesn't just have to be about the appetizers.
Absolutely. And also, guys, if there's tips that you have to get through the holidays, things that you like to do, any all suggestions are always welcome as well.
I think one of the biggest things that I see is that people save up all their calories
Right.
for the big meal that they're having. Can we try to treat that one meal, that big meal, as just another one of your everyday meals?
Right.
You can have some of the things that you love. I always recommend having half of your plate non-starchy veggies, a fourth of it lean proteins, and then the rest of it, the other fourth, something that you enjoy. Okay? But otherwise, you should be having your breakfast and your lunch.
Sure.
And that'll make sure that your sugar levels stay good, your hormone levels stay good throughout the day, and then you won't be starving by the time you get
Right.
there and end up overeating
And
more
the
than
other
you
thing
would.
is, too, guys, if you have a little slip, don't beat yourself up. Don't feel like you have to just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh well, I had that piece of chocolate now, so
Slip,
now
don't slide.
so now I've got to go in and I got to have the entire bag because I may as well just go wild.
Yeah.
It's a really easy mentality to get into. It's not binary at all. It's
You have
very-
the power to balance it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all you. You can do that.
Right.
And still feel okay when you go to bed that night.
Right,
you know?
exactly, and there's just no need for that sort of added guilt, if you will.
No.
It's a really challenging journey, and every day is an opportunity to start over and just keep pushing forward.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so we'll start with our salmon here. So we went out and grabbed some delicious smoked salmon.
Yum. One of my
Again,
favorites.
love smoked salmon. Super easy, really healthy. The smoking is great because it just helps to cook the salmon and preserve it without adding any additional calories to it. That's really the key thing here, right? You really want to also keep in mind, read those ingredients. Really important. Some people like to pack it with salt. Tends to be a lot of sodium. People
Right.
cure it before they smoke it. So again, read those ingredient labels. Make sure they're just smoking it naturally. There's no additional preservatives or anything like that.
Great. And you're going to get some really nice omega-3 fatty acids from that fish, which you can't really get those omega-3s from anything else. I know that they say flax seeds and things like that have omegas, but they're a different type of omega-3. This one is like the real deal.
So we've got a nice little bit of horseradish and mayo here, guys. It's prepared horseradish, just a little bit of light mayonnaise. You want to be mindful with prepared horseradish because again, it's going to be really have some nice heat to it.
Right.
So we're going to use this very sparingly.
And if you have any problems with heat, you wait a little bit until you bring back the heat, like
Absolutely.
the sriracha or the horseradish, and you can absolutely put something else into it.
So then we've got some nice little minced red onion here as well.
Yum.
Again, you want to keep these nice and small. That's really key. Onion is a very astringent, so you want to be mindful to Keep that just nice small mince. Nobody likes biting into a big giant piece of onion.
No. And you can always make some without the onion and some
Sure,
with the onion, for
absolutely.
people that are sensitive to that. Okay, and this is one of my favorite herbs
Mm-hmm.
as
Just
an adult.
some fresh,
I didn't like it
delicious,
growing up, but I like it now.
Love it. Fresh, delicious dill.
Yeah.
Super, super simple. Super, super
Yeah.
delicious.
It goes together like peanut butter and jelly.
Oh,
Dill
salmon,
and salmon.
and dill is a classic, classic combination.
And guys, if you are wanting to put this onto cracker or a toasted bread or something like that, I really, really recommend 2 places to go. thinslimfoods.com. That's thinslimfoods.com. That has, oh, those are beautiful. That has bagels, breads, and pastas that are starch-free. So they are very, very low carb. And then if you want little crackers, you can go to Cauliflower Foods. Cauliflower Foods. And flour is spelled Flour.
Love it. All right, guys. So what we're going to do, little chef secret here. What we're going to do to expedite this process is treat it like an assembly line, right?
Okay.
So we're going to lay everything out all at one time here.
That's easier.
Exactly.
And I have to say hello to our very own Dr. Bello. Thank you for joining us.
Dr. Bello, thank you for joining us.
Yes, and if you're doing anything for New Year's Eve, be sure to make these little appetizers.
Absolutely. So yeah, guys, what we do, so again, we're going to go through here. We're going to take just a touch of our horseradish mayo here again.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to dab a little bit on and just spread it out with the back of that spoon.
And what's nice about these appetizers are they won't fill you up to the max.
Exactly.
So you can still have a little bit of your dinner after having this.
Exactly.
Most of those little fried puffs and pastries and all of that, that's going to, set you up for disaster because you're probably going to be too full after that. And Xanda just said that Thin Slim Foods is having an awesome 50% off sale.
There you go.
Yay. Okay,
All right.
Teamwork. And Missy, the thinslimfoods.com is right there. And thank you, Marika and Anna Maria for coming on. Danielle. Again, if you guys have any questions, let us know.
Yeah, so we can just add our little minced onion here again, just like we got. I did this just ahead of time. Super, super simple. Nice, small mince.
Very nice. And I know that all of you are thinking this. Well, maybe some of you are thinking this. Alcohol during the holidays. That's a big one because a lot of families and friends, they have alcohol available at parties. And we all know that we recommend for our patients not to drink within the first year. There's a laundry list of reasons. There's a risk of a transfer of addiction. It can hurt your stomach, cause bleeding ulcers. It can even cause dehydration, which we know is dangerous. So, but after that first year, some people do go back and have a little something. So I do recommend if you are going to indulge in any alcohol, make sure that you drink plenty of water and know that 1 drink feels like 3 drinks, so really cap it off.
Start slow.
Yes, please. And my recommendation is not to bring it back at all. And that's why tonight we are actually going to have a little bit of a mocktail party after we make these. So we'll show you what our mocktail is in a second.
All right, guys. So what we're going to do is just take these and just
Those
do
are gorgeous.
nice little, almost like a pinwheel here. Just roll it up. Then you get this nice, beautiful little portion here.
Love it.
Set this little guy off to the side.
Okay. And Marika's getting her surgery on New Year's Eve.
Oh, that's exciting.
Exciting. Way to bring in the new year, seriously.
That is a great way to bring in the new year.
Okay.
Be walking around bringing in the new year.
I know. And, the use of fresh herbs, I would use fresh versus dried
absolutely.
on this. I mean, you're going all out by using this gorgeous lox, the cured salmon. You might as well buy the nice, beautiful,
this
fresh
is definitely
herbs.
the time you want to use a fresh herb.
Yeah.
Like dill. Dill is perfect in this particular
and if you've
appetizer.
ever watched our show, you know that we're huge fans of fresh herbs.
Janet and I are huge fans of fresh herbs.
Any and all fresh herbs. Someone in one of my classes the other day said, after surgery, can we have all herbs? And I said, yes. Anything. Anything is fine.
All right.
Okay.
So now for our scallops, make sure we get a nice little heat on our pan here. So you might see me from time to time kind of putting my hand over the pan.
Yep.
You know, what is he doing? Why is he doing this? It's because this is crazy. And so the idea is I can feel that heat, get an idea of exactly how hot my pan is. Carla's looking at me. She's like, I know this trick.
Yep.
So keep your hand over the pan, just hot enough, not close, but just high enough where you can feel that heat transferring from the pan to the top of your hand, to the bottom of your hand.
And I just got an awesome tip the other day because sometimes I have a hard time. I don't know when it's ready to put the food down on the oil. And if you see a little bit of a shimmer, that's when you know it's ready. So you feel the heat and the shimmer on the oil.
Not only that, but you'll start to smell perfume as well.
Oh, okay.
That's the other key thing.
That's
with
good,
olive oil is you'll start to smell that extra virgin olive oil perfume.
Yeah.
And that's a really key aspect to telling you that, hey, the food's ready, right? Hey, the oil is ready.
Right. Okay, good. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
So, yeah, so we're going to have a little mocktail here too, guys. Again, Janice brought up such a great point. You know, drinking is certainly associated with the holidays. It's a very easy time to kind of get, caught up in the moment and really want to kind of throw yourself back into it. And maybe you drank before surgery and you're like, oh, I'll be fine. Especially with like champagne. Champagne's the other really big one too, because champagne is carbonated. All those extra bubbles are just going to add more space in your stomach, and it's just it actually hits you harder than a traditional non-carbonated alcohol would.
Yeah,
So
and
something else really important to remember.
remember, we definitely recommend no carbonation at all after surgery because it can really upset that stomach
Sure,
lining.
and not only that too, but portion control applies not only with food but also with drink.
Absolutely.
Right. This is the other key thing too to note that you really want to be mindful of, again, how much you consume, what you consume, and how quickly you consume it. Right. All those things apply, and they almost apply even more so now that our stomachs are much smaller. I know that for me it was just it's still a challenge to have one of those times where you're like, oh man, I'm gonna have a glass of wine, and you're just like, whoa, I just get hit with this big push of wine.
Yeah, and sometimes it's actually easy to pull it off. Like I have one of the best things that we discussed at one of my education sessions. Oh, there it goes.
There we go. Now we're cooking.
We discussed taking a beer bottle, taking the beer out, and filling it up with Crystal Light.
There you go.
And then nobody bothers you because you have your beer.
Right? I love it. Yeah, I like to do that with basically like club soda, lime, and on the rocks, right? Mm-hmm. Again, it's a really simple way. And, too, what's interesting, too, with alcohol is that there could just be that association, like going to a work holiday function, just having that drink in your hand.
It's a social aspect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, and thank you, Nancy and Mary Lee, for joining us. Good to see you guys. Thank you. And feel free to ask any questions. Right now we are doing our scallops with wrapped in turkey bacon. And I see that you did put a little bit of salt and fresh pepper on it.
Yep, exactly.
So that's always optional.
Absolutely, yep. So we're going to just do a nice, basically like a sear. So we're going to get that pan nice and hot. We're going to cook the scallops on each side for about a minute and a half. 2 minutes is the longest. I like to do mine to get that nice Maillard reaction, a nice browning on the top. One thing I forgot to mention with your scallops is that when you're looking at them, make sure there's a little muscle that sits on the side of the scallop. So if this is your scallop here, there's a little muscle that'll sit on the side of the scallop that holds it to its shell. So just be mindful to remove that before you cook them.
Okay, great. Okay, and Carla does water with cherries. That sounds good.
There you go.
And then we were asked, what kind of oil is this?
That is just extra virgin olive oil.
Okay, great. Extra virgin olive oil, but can we can use any sort of vegetable oil?
Sure, absolutely.
With this, you know.
Yeah, I would be mindful to avoid some stuff like grapeseed oil, for example, that'll impart some flavors that won't be very pleasant. Whereas extra virgin olive oil is much more neutral, like vegetable oil, whether it's extra virgin olive oil, vegetable oil, canola oil is another popular one. Even traditional olive oil, not just have to be extra virgin being the first cold pressing of the olive itself.
And we're keeping this on medium temp, right? Is
Exactly,
that right?
yep.
Okay. And how long do we have them on each side?
So it's going
Around.
to be, so it's going to be about a minute to a minute and a half on each side.
Okay.
So again, what we're looking for here, guys, see this color right here? This is what you're looking for. This
Let me take a
beautiful
look at that.
brown Maillard reaction.
Yes. Yes. And hello, Sonia. All right. Great. So if you're just joining us, we're doing our scallops with turkey bacon around it. We are doing a baked brie. And we are doing a lox roll-up right
and you have
here.
these beautiful smoked salmon lox rolls.
Yeah.
It's almost like a little pinwheel, if you will.
Yeah.
So we took a little smoked salmon. Again, be really mindful to look at those ingredient lists and read it before you buy it. Really important to keep an eye because you'll see some preservatives and stuff in there. Focus on something that's just going to be, salt, pepper, traditional cure, and just a little bit of smoking to go with it.
Yeah, sounds good.
So this has got a little bit of horseradish mayo, fresh horseradish mayo, a little bit of dill, and just a little bit of minced red onion.
Beautiful.
Classic combination.
Yeah. Okay.
It's great.
Good. And just some other tips about mindfulness when you're eating at a party. There's something I call the 20-minute rule. And this is when you finish your meal, but there are other things that you want to try or you feel like you want seconds. Wait a good 10, 20 minutes, and your brain might tell you finally that it is actually full and neutral and feeling good, and you don't want that extra bite.
Such a good point,
Yeah.
right? Not only that, and that's such a great point, sort of piggyback off that point too, keep in mind how quickly you're eating. I know this was a big struggle for me, and it really still is. I call it like unconscious eating, right? Where you're sitting there and you're having a conversation, you're just kind of chowing down, and I'm about 2.5 years out, and I still catch myself doing this.
And a good way to moderate that is to actually put your fork and knife down,
Right.
Just while you're chewing, and you only pick it back up after you swallow.
Absolutely.
And I think that we have a question from Carla.
All right.
What is up?
Okay, my question was, with your mayonnaise, you say light mayonnaise.
Yep.
Can I use the mayonnaise without sugar?
Yeah, so most mayos hopefully don't have too much sugar in them.
Okay.
Naturally, sometimes I'll put a tiny bit of sugar in it, but usually you'll find a low sugar mayo across the board, whether it's high fat or low fat.
Okay.
So the light is just going to save you some extra calories and some of that saturated fat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great.
Absolutely.
Great question.
Great question.
And then we have, is nonstick okay as much as a cast iron?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
I think, like these real chefs over here, they use the cast iron, right? Oh, yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. We have our love affair with the cast iron for sure.
And Andrea, Kelly, and Sandra, thank you so much for joining us. We are just finishing up our scallops, our lox roll-ups,
yum.
and then we're going to round it out with the brie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Make sure that guy's off.
Okay, good.
All right. So for these, we go ahead and just grab our skewer. So really the skewer is there to help hold that bacon on, right? Grab that, quick pull. It'll help secure the bacon on there. So as you can see here, guys, we've got our nice little lettuce wrap here, right? Nice
Very
little vehicle
good.
for it.
And you can even, when you present these at your house or at a party, you could either keep the toothpick in, for the host or for the guest to take out,
Absolutely.
or you can just take it out yourself if
we're
you're
gonna-
running low on time.
Exactly.
You don't have
so
to
we're just
take
going to
out.
finish this guy with just a little bit of the sriracha mayo, a little bit of cilantro,
Ooh,
and
cilantro.
just a little bit of fresh avocado here as well. So again with the avocado, guys, they talk about avocado hand. You may have heard this
Oh,
term.
boy. This is
So
scary.
what we want to do is we want to very carefully either put the avocado down like this, right, and then go straight into it and just turn the avocado itself, right, and then go all the way around, turn the avocado.
There you go.
There you go. And now the other key part of the pit is, again, very carefully just drive in and turn.
There you go. Perfect. And then when you are cutting this avocado, speaking of avocado hands, we don't cup it too close to the avocado. So you can cup it, but you're not going to let the avocado touch your hand.
Exactly.
Because then you get avocado hand, which is, we're not going to say it, but you don't want to get cut. Okay, so you just got to practice some safety.
Exactly. Could you give me a spoon real quick?
Absolutely.
Thank you. So this is the way I like to get these out. Is a spoon is your best friend in this particular situation. Thank you.
And
All
a
right.
lot of people ask me about avocado all the time because this is not a starchy food, okay? This is a very low-carb food. However, it is also a very high-fat food. So I lump it in with things like, your olive oils and stuff like that, and things that you want to limit in terms of how much. So notice how he's only using like an inch worth, if that.
Yep.
And
I would say just less than an ounce, and
Yeah.
half an ounce at the most.
if you're going to eat avocado on the regular, I would recommend like a fourth to an eighth of an avocado as your serving size. A fourth to an eighth of an avocado. Okay, because a whole avocado, well, it's got a lot of calories. It's
Yes, it does.
It's almost 350 calories a whole avocado. So I heard a
In
wow.
case you heard the
in
wow in the
audience.
background, guys, that was Carla.
It's a lot. It's a lot, and depending
Right?
on the size of the avocado.
Isn't that so funny,
obviously.
Carla? You're just like no way. You're like, no way is that true?
No way.
When you find
I
it out,
know.
you're like,
it's from the earth.
yeah.
How?
What do you mean?
Yeah, but it is a healthy fat. It's just like nuts and seeds and peanut butter. These are all healthy fats, so you can have them in very small amounts. You follow the serving size, and then you can eat them in moderation. There you go.
Exactly.
And I want to just say hi to Erica and Lena. Okay, and Marika's going to have this on Christmas Eve.
All right.
That's exciting.
Love it. Let's grab our brie out of our oven here as well.
Okay. Oh, and then if you have any sensitivities to any of the food here, I know that Marika said that she has a sensitivity to avocado. You do not need the avocado. You just make it the way that you like it without all the stuff. Okay?
All right, guys. So we've got our brie here as well.
Okay,
It's
so-
delicious like a piece of brie.
So this is obviously live, so we didn't particularly bake this fully, but when you do bake it, how long, do you know offhand how long and...
In terms of inside the oven itself?
Yes.
About 10 to 15 minutes at about
Okay.
350.
10 to 15 minutes
And
at 350.
I would say check it after 10 minutes and see see where it's at. If it looks like it's nice and melted, you can pull it. All right.
And then again, remember, you can use the little individually sized bries that are very small, and make your life a little bit easier if you are a brie fanatic.
We're gonna do these guys a little bit of.
And this
We've
is
got
gorgeous.
7 blackberries. You've got 7 raspberries here. By the way, odd numbers are your friends when you're plating.
Oh, why is that?
It's just it's something about the way it looks, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. That's
Oh, well,
that's a
is
little,
that
little
interesting?
restaurant trick.
This is beautiful. We're gonna do it with the pepper, but even if you wanted to do just this for dessert,
Yep.
I mean, I'm all for cheese for dessert, but that's very French, I guess, of me.
Oh yeah. Some nice.
So then, are we using the peppers to dip?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So they're meant to be like a serving utensil, like a serving vessel.
Okay, so using the cheese right inside of the pepper. That sounds great.
Exactly.
That sounds great.
That's why you want to cut these a little bit thicker than you normally would. You don't want to julienne them. You also make them almost like these nice strips. So you can put a little bit of that cheese on there.
And then you can have an actual handle to dip it.
Exactly.
And Mary Lee, new to the group. Not
All
new to
right.
me, but new to the group. I've met Mary Lee before.
Wonderful. All right, let's get
Okay.
a little bit of our balsamic on here. Go. Alrighty. All
Okay,
right.
this looks great.
Yummy,
And so
yummy,
colorful.
yum.
Look at
Right?
all the colors. Here, let's show the audience. I don't know if
Yes.
they can see in
Yeah,
this.
Let's grab a couple of
Okay.
have a couple of plates here.
Okay, perfect. So,
So yeah,
describe.
guys, we've got our. You want to
Yes,
grab
I'm
one
gonna
and
hold
I'll
this.
grab the other. There we go. All right, guys. So we have our smoked salmon pinwheels here. We've got a little bit of a horseradish mayo, some fresh dill, some minced red onion, and then over here we have our turkey bacon wrapped scallops, served with some fresh avocado on burst Boston bib lettuce, and then finally this nice little seared scallops here, and then finally we have our baked brie, which we served with some blackberries, some raspberries, and some bell pepper, and some aged balsamic vinegar.
Very good.
Really
So
simple,
we-
really healthy. Go ahead, Jenna.
Well, oh, I'm sorry. We're going to have Carla back up,
Great.
and we are going to make a little toast.
Yes.
So I've put in here, this is going to be mine, that's yours. Okay.
Thank you.
So what I did here was, very simply, I just used a Crystal Light squirt bottle. This is just strawberry lemonade because that's my favorite. And we put fruit in it to make it a little bit fancier
love it.
looking.
Love it.
Okay, so cheers,
Cheers,
everyone.
cheers, everybody. Cheers
to
to
a
all of
happy
you out
and
there.
healthy New Year. Let's try some of
Yes,
these.
let's.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yum, yum, yum.
And you know what I love doing? Taking these, like getting one that's a little bit of a darker color, and making the water and putting it into ice cube trays. And so you have different color ice cubes, and you can
That's
throw that
super
into.
fun.
Okay, let's get this. Here you go.
All right. A little bit of
Take
smooth salmon to start.
Okay.
I'll grab our scallops next.
There you go.
you.
Okay, and I'll grab this.
Great. I'll grab the scallops.
Okay. So take one of these. Yes, this is a good one. It smells great. Okay, I wish everyone on the Facebook page was here with us to try these.
Yeah, guys. As always, if you want to be a guest taste tester, and we love our guest taste testers, there's a sign-up link that the wonderful Mindy posts.
Okay. Okay. And since my mom always wants me to try all the food, Mom, this is great. Okay.
All right. Next up are
It's rich.
our scallops. Here you go, Carla.
It's rich. It's sweet. It's salty. It's perfect. Okay.
Yum, yum,
And then
yum.
now
Next
we're
up.
gonna do the bib lettuce, which I love bib lettuce.
I love bib
Isn't
lettuce.
it great?
It's such a simple, so elegant.
Yeah, and it really digests well too. I'm trying to wrap this up.
That guy is
Yeah.
delicious.
Perfect.
I will take it.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then, last but not least,
Yes.
just a little bit of
A
brie.
little bit of brie. I'll grab the brie.
And of course, because this is live, we cannot bake this, but just a little bit of this.
Yep.
Honestly, this is a great treat. Oops. This is a great treat, just at home for a snack.
Absolutely.
Okay, so why don't you take one of these?
Right, I will
Okay.
one. Perfect. Yum, yum, yum.
Okay, I gotta watch my sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
Go for it. Okay. This.
You know what? I'm gonna get a raspberry.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go. A blackberry, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, very good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, let's try it out.
Yum,
Perfect.
yum, yum.
And there's nothing better than an orange pepper.
Mm-hmm. And the orange peppers are a really fun color. People aren't used to seeing. People are used to seeing either yellow, red, green. Keep an eye out for those orange peppers.
Yeah, they're
a really
much
fun
sweeter.
little conversation starter, and definitely sweeter.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you everyone so much for joining us.
Yes.
I want to wish you a very happy, healthy New Year.
Absolutely.
And holiday season.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Carla,
Yes,
for joining
Carla,
us.
thank you so much
Thank
as well.
you.
If you want to give a quick plug for yourself.
Oh, yes. I am on Sunday, 6:30, Cooking with Carla with a Twist. Check
Very
me
good.
out.
Yes, check her out, guys.
Awesome. And then tomorrow at 12:30, we're going to be having another Facebook Live. It's going to be with me and some of the hosts from Be More Lifestyle. Sorry, Be More Lifestyle at Box 45. So join us if you need some more tips on staying healthy through the holidays.
Absolutely.
And other than
Other than
that,
that, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to WMAR2 for letting us use these beautiful studios. Thank you to Carla for joining us. Thank you to GBMC for continuing to allow us to bring this program to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We wish you a happy holiday and a very happy New Year. We will see you next year.
all
Good night.
right.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.